Today we're going to pay homage to the late great Elizabeth Taylor in one of her most iconic roles, Cleopatra. I'm Lisa Sim and this is WatchMojo.com, and today we're going to show you how to get the Cleopatra look. So this is Camille, my lovely model for the day. We have the Arbonne makeup primer. We started with that as the base, and then we followed with the Sim Minerals loose foundation in Barely There, because she'd be very fair, and a kabuki brush. So Alberto De Rossi created the makeup looks for Elizabeth Taylor's Cleopatra. There was a whole bunch of different ones, but a very iconic one is the one with the blue eyeshadow. So what we're going to start with is Arbonne Blackout for the eyebrows with a small angle brush. We're going to go along the top line, overlapping stipples. It was quite arched as well, and very long, very dark, and very filled in. So to make sure that's on properly, take your spoolie brush, which is basically like a mascara wand, and brush that through. Okay, and just take your cheapy Q-tip and go around the edges. It just gives a really sharp look to the eyebrows. It's really graphic and should really have some strong angles in it. Okay, so next, to do the iconic Cleopatra look, we're going to start with a cream shadow, and what I'm using is the Sephora makeup palette. This thing has a gajillion colors in it. Start along the lash line, work upwards, work quickly because this stuff dries fast. And then whatever is on the brush, just keep working it all the way up towards the brow bone, so it progressively gets a little bit lighter. You know, because this is a cream shadow, you can definitely use a synthetic brush. That really helps to apply the color smoothly. It doesn't absorb the product, so you don't waste the product. And basically this blue, it starts from the inner corner, and you want it to go up towards the brow, so keep it in alignment, inner corner to the inner corner of the eyebrow. Before we go any further, I'm going to take some of this Sephora Smoothing Translucent Setting Powder. It's a universal shade. Take your fan brush, dip into it, and lay that on underneath the eyes. It's going to catch any residue from the eyeshadow that we'll be putting on afterwards. So once we've done the cream, we've put a little bit of translucent powder underneath, we can go into a blue shadow, something that has a little bit of shine to it. And this is perfect. We can set the cream, and again, follow that all the way up to the brow bone. Okay, now I'm just gonna take a small shadow brush and a little bit of gold shadow, and we're gonna highlight just underneath the arch of the brow. And same thing goes for the inner corner. We can add a little bit there. There's no Cleopatra without black liquid liner, so this one is from Arbonne in black. It has a felt tip on it, but what I like to do is actually use an eyeliner brush and just take off what you need, and so it's on the tip. It's all clean, so you're never gonna get like spills or like little blotches like on the rest of your face, because there's, you know, just concentrated color just on the tip of the brush. And we're gonna start on the inner corner, go all the way out. The first line should match up to the end of the eyebrow. The second line should go underneath, and just do a little action like that. So it really should be in line with the end of the eyebrow, and then fill in between. Alberto De Rossi had a couple of variations on this. There was ones where it had like gold in the middle as well. It wasn't a solid black, so you can actually play with this if you want. And just make sure that we extend this out a little bit further, so it's a little bit more like a cat eye. So now we're gonna do the under eye, looking up, and it's kind of like connect the lines. You know, Elizabeth Taylor had over 65 costume changes in Cleopatra, which actually is a Guinness World Record of the most costume changes in a film. And I think another record that she has is, you know, the most marriages, and she met one of her husbands on set. She was married at the time, he was married too. It was quite the love affair. That was with Mark Anthony, AKA Richard Burton, who she did marry twice. Who does that? So now we've finished the Cleopatra eyeliner, and nothing says Cleopatra more than gold glitter. So this was used just above the liner, and I'm gonna use more of a body glitter that's like a gluey kind of concentration, so it really sticks. It's not gonna like fly all over the place. And this is perfect just because you can really just design it to go right above the black line, and we'll just go all over the inside to middle lid. Okay, so for the last step, of Camille's eyes, we're going to do a little lash curling and some false lashes because this is the 60s version of Cleopatra, not the 69 BC version of Cleopatra. So just to darken the lashes, we'll use a little bit of MAC Studio Fix Bold Black Lash. This is just to coat the lashes, make them dark before we put the lashes on. So as you can see, I'm doing a little zigzag. That means I'm like raking into them, so it really coats the lashes properly. Okay, now that we're finished with the eyes, we've done the eyelashes, we've got the glitter on, we're gonna add a little bit of contour color. You know, I don't think the real Cleopatra was this fair, but they also did that to Elizabeth Taylor. They kept her really fair as well. So we're just gonna contour a little bit. This is the mineral bronzer from Sim Minerals called Naturally Suntan. And we'll just run that underneath the cheek. And just to finish off around the eye area to the cheeks, we're gonna use a little bit of light cream concealer from Arbonne with a synthetic brush. And we'll use this along the lash line and in the under eye to really sharpen, clean everything up. So Elizabeth Taylor had so much going on the eyes that they really kept the cheeks and the lips really neutral, but she had a beautiful full lip. So we'll take a little bit of the Arbonne Cafe pencil, we'll just outline with that, and we'll fill in with a natural gloss. Forget that really beautiful nude color. I'm taking Arbonne lip glosses in brown sugar and coral, and I'm gonna mix these two together. So you have a little bit of peachy and you have a little bit of earthy mixed together. These are really, really my favorite glosses. I wear these all the time. Tastes really fruity. It's just fruit essence. There's no perfuminess in it. Oh yeah, and there's like no parabens in these products, which is really, really important because, you know, it's going on your lips. It means that you're ingesting it. You're licking your lips. It's going off. It's going inside of you. So make sure you're using something that has an all-natural color, that has no added preservatives in it. The ones that are really carcinogenic, you might want to stay away from, and hope they look this good. Ta-da! There you have it, Elizabeth Taylor's Cleopatra. And if you really want to complete the look, walk like an Egyptian, over to the costume shop, get yourself the little bob, some golden headgear. I think it's going to look awesome.